something about the land needed blood or something.
The land needed blood. Land.
Yeah, and I was like, no, Rick, the land don't need blood,
They just
and
take
it
it
didn't
baby.
report it. Like, oh
Oh, and oh, so I was thinking
so
like
what's this memory that you remembered?
I remember when I was a little kid, my mom took me to this babysitter. It was like a block over, and it was this building. I remember it and everything. That's how my mom's gonna freak out because everything comes in like a video. So this lady, she was like, use us as child slaves. And what she would do is she would take us outside, right? But instead of playing, she would tell me to pick at the damn like the pepper on this like 'cause they had those plants all around, like on their border of
Mm-hmm.
their homes and like around the fence and stuff. And then she had me like pick out the peppers and stuff so she can make sofrito. And then she would make me like to eat. She would make me a boiled egg and a hot dog. That's some crazy shit. So I didn't stay much there as little. I don't like I stayed. I remember a few times, but my mom like uh I remember that because I remember picking at those peppers and they're like yellow, orange, green, red. They had the reds, and I remember the yellows and orange, the little pepper thingies. I think they have them at Seatown. Um, I
Yeah,
probably get the
yeah, you can find them sometimes, but I've discussed this with my dad, and because they're actually a tropical pepper, so
yeah,
it'll be very hard to grow here unless
yeah. I
you have
mean,
some sort of greenhouse type of facility, and even then, it's kind of a shot in the dark.
yeah,
So,
because I was in Florida. That happened when I was a kid. I was in Florida, man,
right, so it's
and
more
I was
tropical
like,
there, so
whoop,
you're better off.
it was,
It's better to grow them there, but not here where I am.
it was freaking
It's
hot.
between those peppers and avocados I want to grow. And he's like, you're in the wrong part of the world.
Yeah, yeah, you are in the wrong. Because in Florida, we had like my parents had a house. My stepdad, they sold the house. It was stupid, but the avocado tree. Oh man, it would cough up really big avocados. Like it puts the ones that they sell here in the supermarket to shame. Like I was like down in Florida, you get like two of these avocados or maybe three of them, and that equals the size of the ones I used to grow in Florida.
Oh, wow. That's big.
Yeah, and they were heavy. That's the crazy shit because you had to be careful. You couldn't walk underneath that tree because they'll fucking as soon as the fucking thing let loose, it hit you in the head. It's gonna fucking knock you out. That shit hurts. That shit's heavy too. They were heavy, and we had a mango tree also.
Mm.
Mango tree was like my dogs at the time. That was their best thing every morning. They would use the bathroom outside, and then they will go and they'll find a mango and start eating it. I'm like, fucking dogs. I was
That's one
like,
thing I remember about my grandma's house in Puerto Rico
they were
was
eating mangoes.
all around her house. There was just all types of fruits and vegetables, and you could just go
Mhm.
out and just pick it off the tree, just bite into it. So
Yeah,
nice.
because that house that we used to live in was in Hialeah, East Hialeah, and it had a nice backyard. And the reason why it was nice because I took my mom to Homestead and I bought her a whole bunch of plants for the backyard because that's when I started working at Home Depot. So
Okay.
I had got my money straight and everything, and I went. It was like, all right, let's go. Bought plants for the back of the house. It was so nice. Oh man, there's pictures somewhere. There's pictures. I don't know if I have pictures. I may have pictures. I just gotta find them. But I have pictures of the backyard. It's so nice. It was so nice. But yeah, shit happens, and this is the path that the universe put me towards.
Yep.
So, like, this is my road. That's what I'm saying. Jesus did it. Shit, I could do it too. Fuck. Yeah. And that strength, I gotta build it up because I haven't been feeling good. I have been very tired, very weak. Like to sit here is a fucking miracle. That's like,
Small baby steps, like
yeah, nah, but it's like, uh,
as long
I
as you're
gotta, I
moving
gotta get
forward,
things
like you're
done. I gotta get things done, and it's like, and then having to deal with the PTSD, and then have to deal with all these fucking appointments that I gotta go. It's like Monday appointment now, starting next week. I got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday appointments. I'm like, shit, can I get a Saturday appointment? I could get rid of at least one of the, one of the appointments during the week. But they're like, nah, I asked them today too. It's like, nah, we just work Monday through Friday. We used to do Saturday, but we just went back to Monday through Friday. I was like, fuck. Because that's where I'm gonna be going to get my physical therapy started again. Start that fucking therapy again. And it's not easy. I'm like, can I GoPro
oh,
this
I
shit?
know.
I'm like, can I GoPro this shit? Show everybody what I go through. The fucking craziness. I need a cameraman. It's like, don't say shit, just fucking record. Don't say shit. You're mute. You don't say nothing. You have earphones on and you're recording, documenting how to fucking survive this type of accident. You have a ceiling collapse on your fucking head. Give you like survivor tips. It's fucking crazy. Literally, fucking break your neck. It's like that's it. That shit. Some people, they could work through it, but it just dropped me, and it just fucked me up. And this is the path. I'm like, all right, what am I here to witness? What am I supposed to witness? Because I'm supposed to
Well,
witness something. If we
I
were
think
supposed to be the last ones or whatever here, like, what are we supposed to be witnessing?
I don't think it's just about witnessing, though.
Yeah, because it's something we have to witness, and everyone's gonna witness it. It's gonna bring everybody to like they're all their eyes open, like oh shit, you know. It's just when is that energy gonna pop? Because that's strong energy. Everybody worried at the same time. Shit, people in Mexico stomp on the ground and they create a small earthquake. And that's just like their soccer. It was so hard that they were stomping, they caused a small earthquake in Mexico. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, vibration is real.
Oh, yeah.
Like, like the wind that's pushing you around is invisible, but it's pushing you. And I'm like, wow, it's nothing, something that you cannot see can fucking bully you and push you around.
No,
Especially me, that I'm
and
fucked up because over here it gets windy, and like if it's too windy, I'll call out on my appointment. I was like, yo, I can't walk out there. It's too fucking windy, because it really because my balance is really bad. So it pushes me around the wind. And it's like kind of like walking on a tightrope, and you're walking on a sidewalk, but it's feeling like you're walking on a tightrope. because it's just you're just going back and forth with the wind. And I made it like through the year with my appointments, but when it gets too windy, I'd be like, nope, I ain't gonna do it because it makes me even more tired.
No.
It makes me more tired, and it's like I use more energy, like fighting against the wind. That's how weak my body is. It's gotten
Mm.
that weak. Yeah. So I'm trying to build it back up again. Going through the physical therapy round. Holy shit! I lost count how many rounds. That'll be a good tournament, like a good little like competition. How many rounds of therapy has Rick gone through? And the closest, I guess, I don't know. Just looking around here because it's like such a sun. Me like look around. I'm looking at the ceiling. It's like crazy. But the ceiling that I have here, it's a good ceiling. It's not the hard, you know, thick ceiling tile or ceiling. Yeah. Nah, they're styrofoam. They're styrofoam, so they're
Okay.
really light. So if it breaks and falls on me, it's just like a paper. It's like a plastic cup, one of those styrofoam cups.
Mhm.
That's how it is. It's not crazy like what I got hit with. Yeah, it just pisses me off. Go through my hell. This is my hell, you know? Everybody has their own hell.
I don't know. I guess in yeah,
This is my
it's
hell.
in some aspects because I believe that it's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah, it's just living hell is just how I feel. And it's not because of what's going on in the world, because there's a lot of crazy shit going on. It's just me feeling it and then having died and come back and, a few times and you analyze everything. It's like I got like another try at life, another at bat pretty much, and I got, yeah, it's just, it's like a lease on life. It's like an extension. I'm supposed to witness something. I don't know what it is yet. My dreams haven't told. Well, I've been having dreams. My dreams been like, wow.
Lately.
It's been real. It's been so real. Like I had a dream last night, but I don't remember it. But I noticed that my body wanted to continue sleeping, and I
Mm.
forced myself to get up out of bed because that's what happens. Because then I wake up in pain, and then like my body's telling me like take the medicine and the pain will go away and I could sleep more to try to re-energize, but my battery, which is my body, isn't charging. It's like that fucked upness that you put your phone to charge and then you wake up in the morning, it's at 3%. You're like, what the fuck? Like like that, if I make it like an example. But I'm trying to do what I can and how, just try to keep pushing, I guess. I don't want to do a documentary. Should I do a documentary? I have the camera. I'll be like the Blair Witch Project. Be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it'll be some like, it'll be cool though.
I mean, if you feel comfortable doing that, I mean, not even to the fact of putting it
I don't
online, but
know.
for your own,
My own vlog.
yeah.
I'm like, it's like my mind or your matter. How about get into Rick's mind? and bring your matter.
Yeah.
Nah, because like my head is processing so fast too, but it's damaged. So it's
Yeah, that's
kind of like
kind of what I was
what?
saying. Like, for
Yeah,
your
like
own record, it would be a good idea if you want to kind of blog every day and
yeah. It's
and
like
make your own. It's almost like having like a virtual diary.
yeah. It's just like mm, it's just my neck hurts so much. It's like kind of like fighting Mike Tyson every day. That's how bad it is.
It's
It's
like,
like it's not a winning. Like I just make it through the round before I'm not getting knocked out yet, but my ass is getting hit, and the pain sucks. Let's see what time. Yeah, I'm just checking my heart rate. Just at 110. Yeah, my heart rate at a relaxed state is so high. It's so funny, but that's my anxiety. That's the
mhm.
shit that I go through with my PTSD. When I start remembering shit, it's
Yeah.
like comes back like these flashbacks, and they're just like they're kind of like VHS, like the tape recorders. They just put the movie in, and it just plays by itself, and that's how it plays in my head, like a VHS. And it's like it just pops in the movies, and it's like it just memories they come and go, kind of like dreams, because dreams, they come and go. Like they in your dream, you're whoever you are, and then like it's like when you disconnect from it, either you can remember it to write it down, and if you don't, then you shit out of luck, because sometimes those dreams is hard to remember.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people have a recorder next to their beds, and if they really want to remember their dreams, then you record yourself talking out your dream as you woke up, because you have that small moment um that you remember your dream. It's very short time. It's like a few, like I would say like 5 seconds, but if you start talking it, then you start producing more, so you could get more out of what was in your dream if you do it right away. But if you wait to brush your teeth and use the bathroom and then try to remember, you're not gonna remember.
Mm.
That's just how it is. You won't remember.
Yeah, there are ways to train your mind, and it takes
Mm-hmm.
repetition.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's
you
called
have to get
discipline.
into a routine
Yeah,
if you
discipline with
wanna.
the digital recorder or tape recorder. You know, it's up to whoever, and record. You know, just record what you dream when you wake up. If you have to wake up and you have to use the restroom and go back to sleep, and you're kind of still in that dream, get that recorder and just start recording. Just start talking while you go to the bathroom, and then go back to sleep. And if you have another dream, or if you don't, because there's 9 out of 10 that you probably don't have a secondary like that, like intense. You'll have a dream, but it's not like the
Yeah,
initial dreams.
it's like that for me too. Like, if I don't initially like jot something down or record something right away, depending on how intense the dreams are, though. Because some dreams I have, they're very vivid and distinct, that they kind of do stick in my memory. But I think that's because of me training my brain to kind of take snapshots, you know, like
Mhm.
mental snapshots of what I remember when I wake up. So it's easier to recall.
Yeah. For me, it's like it comes in as pictures, and it's like If I could remember it, then I could like develop something out of it. But it comes and goes. Like my memories like that. It's just very sporadic. Like
Mm.
I lose memory quick of certain things, and I'll be very forgetful. Even in my own place, I get forgetful. Like that's how the medicine kind of has me. I say the medicine because I don't think it's me, per se, but it could be me. But it's like like I have moments that I just get forgetful, and I'm like I forgot this, I forgot that, I forgot this, and it's like sometimes it gets annoying. It's like I
Yeah.
feel like it's torture. Yeah, because I get forgetful of things, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this. Oh, sometimes you get forgetful. But my dreams have been really like it's been on point, and it's just been telling me things. And these dreams, they're your subconscious is tapping into the mother, and which is this planet, which you could connect with. That's why they're using all this cell phones and all this bullshit is to disrupt that signal like of dreams. Because dreams,
Mm.
they're very powerful, and the
And I know
government
this.
the government trying to control that, like how
Yeah,
people dream.
and there are methods that, rumors of methods, I guess you can say, that
Hmm.
there are ways that they can hack into your dream too. So they could be portraying that a certain image or a certain scenario to
Hmm.
you.
Hmm.
It's not very,
And they're
um,
probably doing that.
it's not of your own making.
No.
Kind of like, and I hate to kind of revert back to movies to explain an example, but the movie Inception, how they kind of like hack
Good,
into your dream state
good
and
movie.
put you in a dream.
Good movie. That's with
It
Leonardo
is a good movie.
DiCaprio.
Mhm.
Very good movie. He's a good actor too.
I know. It's got one of my favorite quotes in that movie.
Hmm.
It's the old guy when they went to go see the guy about the serum,
Mm-hmm.
and they went into the basement so he could test it out, and they had all of those people that were in a dream and that they would come there every day,
Mm-hmm.
and they were dreaming for like it was like a ridiculously long amount of time to be in the dream state. And one of the guys said they come here to dream, and it was like a monk guy that was like overseeing, like just
Mm-hmm.
watching over them while I dreamt. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, no, they come here to wake up. The dream has become their reality, and who are we to tell
Yeah.
them otherwise?
And that's why like they
Mm-hmm.
give them this
That's a good
token
quote.
that they have to spin, or their own personal token, so that way they know
Mm-hmm.
it's still in the dream or they're awake,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't share like they have to make their own. So
Mm-hmm.
it's nuts because I feel like,
Which
well,
is a very good way, and it's a very good tactic,
yeah.
especially if you frequent dreams and you know, like that deception, that
Hmm.
possibility of deception. That
Hmm.
is a good way to know if it's of your own making or not. Like there are other methods that you can do in this reality or in your dream state to kind of know if it's your dream or someone else's dream that you're in.
The type of the lights. Yeah, I feel.
But it all takes training,
Yeah,
mental training.
but I feel like also that the okay, this is something that I'm envisioning. So like I see them kind of hacking into us and try to hack our dreams and hack in to get information
Yes.
from what's going on. That's why in the future they want
Well,
to
that was the whole point of Inception to
yeah,
begin with.
they
Was
want
that's
to
why they
put
were doing it.
yeah, they want to put this is I'm seeing a vision. They want to put chips on people, right? But they also want to put a chip in the brain and try to get it like a chip that goes in the brain and develops like and like they want like super control that even when you're sleeping, you're dreaming, that they could tap in and see what you're seeing and what you're going through and
Oh yeah,
what information they
there
control.
there are organizations that are trying to do that, and they're portraying it as research into the subconscious, trying to understand it because they don't really have a good understanding of it. But again, you can see the nefarious uses of that type of technology, of tapping into someone's dream state to, you know, see what they see.
Hmm.
And, some of them, say out front that it's research into the subconscious. Others, they're trying to spin it like, oh, well, you can make a recording of what you dream so you can watch it later, type of deal. And things of that nature. But again, I see the nefarious ways that that type of technology could be used, and it is a little daunting and makes me hesitant about things like that.
You see, but then that makes me think that like, how do you know you're in control of your dream?
Hmm.
Because
Well,
it's
that is a tough question.
yeah, because like a lot of people can control
I
the
mean,
because it comes as any scene. It could come as anything, and you don't know, you know. And the thing I
um,
always say is knowing is half the battle. And right now we don't
well,
know.
yeah, knowing that is a very good point. Knowing is half the battle. So
Yeah,
if you are not versed in how to traverse the subconscious realm, so for lack of a better way of putting it, then you won't know. But if you are kind of aware, there are signs that you can pick up on. And again, with the mental training, there are ways for you to get out of said situation.
definitely got to
If
ground
you,
yourself.
huh?
Definitely got to ground yourself. Which you fine. You're grounded. I'm on the first floor and I have wood floors, but I I don't want to step on no grass out here because that dog shits a lot back here. And this little dog that he's a cute dog though.
Well,
She takes a
see,
shit, but
it's
still,
all about your whole perception. Because I mean, I have a dog and she goes out in my yard too. But
I
then
don't want to
again,
step on
I
dogs.
know shit can get washed off,
Yeah,
for lack
yeah.
of a better way of putting it.
No, no, but I know this
And
dog. He shits here in the winter time too. So it's not like this is full season. Even like until there's snow on the top and he can't get in there, and then the shit gets buried in the snow.
yeah,
It's like I mean the park where I have across the street, I could possibly manage something. It's a nice park. Just the grass has been taking a beating from the sun. Like I want to take pictures.
yeah, that and also with not controlling or overseeing or being aware of how the maintenance of that grass
And the thing
is.
is that
That's
this
the other
grass,
side of it as
yeah,
well.
this grass they put out here, it was seeded with this green thing. It's like a green slime, and they just did this grass all the whole park that way with that green slime. And then now, like I go when I went for my appointment, and I'm looking at the park, and I look at the grass. It's just like brown. Like it's like the sun is really taking its beating on the grass, and like I don't understand. They don't have a sprinkler system or something. The city didn't like.
That could be it too. It's not
But
getting
it's not
properly
natural.
watered.
It's not
That
natural
plant when it
grass though.
turns.
I don't know what seeds they're
That
using.
was the that
Or
was the other side of it too.
yeah, I don't know what
It's
seeds because
not natural.
yeah, this is the city, so that'd probably be some kind of Monsanto shit, and
Right.
I
I
don't know.
mean, either the seeds or what they're spraying
Yeah,
to while they're maintenance, like while they're doing the landscaping. You could be putting
well,
pesticides or other types of things that don't make it
you know,
healthy for you to be, putting your skin on. And that's what I was getting at. Like I know because we do our own landscaping here, so I don't have to worry about that.
well,
But when
that
it comes to an area like don't really control what's being put on it or whatnot. You have to be careful with that.
Yeah, well, this green thing that supposedly the green thing prevents the birds from eating the seeds. Um, okay, why you don't want the birds to eat the seeds? I mean, I
Why
understand.
don't you just plant like planters with like seed, like bird feeders around then?
Yeah, it was just weird. And the
I mean, it's
grass,
a
the way,
park. You would think that you would want natural animals
yeah,
there.
I'm definitely gonna have to take my camera and take some pictures out there so people could like I could show you guys like what I'm talking
Another
about.
thing I know, I've heard that they've started doing, not in my area, but in drier areas, that they've actually started painting the grass so it'll be brown like that, and then they'll come and like
Um,
spray paint the grass green
that's the
so it
ghetto
looks.
style. That's
Oh, I know it is, but
that's
when
the
you're
hood
in
style.
areas where
I
we
remember
don't
that back in
have
the
a
days.
lot of rainfall,
Hmm.
I could
That's not new though. The painting the grass.
definitely.
Yeah, the people they paint their grass. You know, it's like they don't want to show all like it's dried up. It looks like shit. You know, so they kind of much like ghetto style. You know, spray
Mm.
paint the grass, and it's like holy shit, you got like beautiful grass, and it's all painted. It's like it's
Or
like
it's turf where it's not, it's artificial grass. It's not real grass.
yeah, it's like but you're covering the grass, so now it's suffocating with that paint, and like I don't know, I don't know, I don't like that green slime seeding thing.
Mm.
It just to me doesn't seem natural, I think it
Mm.
shows in the grass too. And I'm gonna take pictures out there, and I'm gonna show you guys like what I'm talking about. It's just it's really brown the grass, and I'm like, man, the sun must be really bad during the
But you
like
know,
2 o'clock in the
with
afternoon. It's,
the whole grounding thing
but
with being
grass,
in your dreams, that's not necessarily like, yes, it is a pertinent thing to be grounded, in your body in this reality. But when you're talking about, you know, being in the subconscious realm or astral projection or however you want to call it, when you're in that state, there is a way to ground yourself there as well.
yeah, you gotta know what you're
Because
doing.
you still are, even with the idea of astral projecting, you're moving around that realm in your light body.
Yeah,
So there is a way to ground yourself there as well,
yeah.
so that you know who you are, and if it's your own creation or not. And once you get and you train yourself in that aspect, then you can be able to move yourself willingly by your own control,
Mm.
especially if you're not in an atmosphere that is of your own creation. Because I've done that plenty of times where I would wind up seeing the signs and realizing that it's not my projection. And I just, as soon as I notice it, I'm gone. And I wind up somewhere else.
And that's why like I want you like everyone to try to remember their dreams, and if they can, if they have a digital recorder, that's best. But if you don't have it, a notebook with a pen and write it out. Um, write out what you see.
If you
And
had a regular tape recorder, would be best, not a digital one.
yeah, if you can't afford a digital recorder, they're not that expensive, but still, there's people that they don't got money for that shit. You know, I have a few. It's not because I have the money, but I use it for my going to these haunted locations and
Mm.
getting talking to the spirit that's there or present at that time and stuff. I do those investigations. I like doing it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't get scared. Like I've been touched before. I've been like I seen spirits. Like I know what they're about. I know the energy what it's about, and I'm sensitive to it. That's what makes me so good, like and what I do, because I don't need to go there to do the investigation. I'm just there as a witness to tell them what's there, because I could just feel it, and I know what it is, and they present themselves to me, and there's a lot of like spirits like that. They're just aggressive ones, and I call it energy. It's trapped energy.
Well,
So
everything's energy.
yeah, it's an energy field that we cannot see like our cell phones, because like we could talk. We're talking on wire. I'm talking to you on a laptop that's wireless. So that's fucking nuts already, because you know how I feel about
Yeah,
this.
and I'm
That's
on
like, to
a
me,
cell phone.
that's some ET shit. You know what I mean? That's some serious shit, because that's wireless, and I'm like, I can see myself, and like, how the fuck do I see myself in this? And it goes through a cord, and it projects us to here. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, I smoke
Mm.
a lot. I smoke pot, but holy shit, like for real, that's so fucking magical. Like,
Yeah, and I've kind of delved into historical documents of the town that I've been in, and there's been letters like from actual people that resided here back in like the 1700s, late 1700s, where they're talking about magical spyglass where they can look into buildings that they weren't in and be able to see who's there and hear their conversations
yeah.
and all these things. Kind of sound like a cell phone,
Hmm.
you know. Um, and I've read book a book that was written by someone that was had a business here, and he actually predicted cell phones. He called it like a telephonograph, I think is what he called it, or and he said or whatever they call it, but he was basically describing telephones and then smartphones, and this was back in the early 1800s. He foresaw that happening, so that's around the time when they were just inventing the phonograph.
Yeah. Well,
So
I like when I was growing up, this back in the 80s. There was no cell phones. There was no wireless. So
mhm.
phones were on the wall or on the table stand. And oh man, I'm burning white sage too. It's, I like it.
Mhm. I know how you feel about that white
Yeah.
tea.
But the phones, like it was so different. Like when the cell phone came out, like it was more like made it portable. I saw someone talking to themselves. I thought at first, like sight, I thought the dude was fucking crazy. Like for real, I thought he was crazy. And then he's like, "No, I'm talking on the phone." I'm like, "Phone?" Like, yeah, it's a new thing. It's a wireless phone. The guy was a drug dealer. He was like,
Well, I mean,
but
unless you're in some kind of business, whether
he
you
was
get
he
lucrative
was
or not, they usually get for
he
technology.
traveled to his clients, so and he
Yeah.
smoked his joint, going home. It's funny sometimes, and it's like I'm a young kid, and I'm balling, playing basketball in the courts. And I have a friend of mine, Jose. Like I used to play with him. It was pretty cool. And then his brother Hector. You see, I'm remembering them as like I see them. There's a like we used to play basketball all the time. We used to like play sports all the time. But he like Jose, my friend Jose, um, that dude used to play basketball like all the time. He was like I want to say 6'2", 6'3". You know, it's a small, real small. Not big like NBA or anything like that. He had a good shot. He had a nice shot. He he was real tough. He played tough. Um, no, he was all right. He didn't make it into anything. But I'm just saying, he was a good basketball player. He was all right. You know, I used to shoot from long distance, so I was like mostly like a 3-point shooter. I just settle for threes and just if I'm open, that's going in. Like they would play me tight though, so I wouldn't touch the ball that much. But I used to move the ball around. But if I was open, I was taking that shot. It was fun. Uh, my shoulders hurt. Oh, yeah, but back to the phone. Cell phones are fucking crazy. As to this day, I still feel like it's just a crazy tracker. Like it's a tracker.
Some aspects it is.
It's a tracker phone. That's what it is. They just have it like approve or have it put the chip on every. Who knows if they did or not? If they put a chip inside your newborns, and they're monitoring, and you guys never know that the kid has a chip, and then he gets older and he's still chipped.
Well, I would with my children because I wouldn't be having them in the hospital.
Hmm. And like it's like, how do you know? You don't know.
You don't have them in the hospital.
Yeah. Because it's like when they take out the blood, who knows if they're in reality they're not taking out the blood. Maybe they did take out blood, but they put something in there.
Yeah, I get my mom a little nervous because I've I've known, like, she told me that I was very young and they did like a spinal tap on me.
So, see, I had that
And
done
so
too.
yeah, so it's
Hmm.
kind of one of those things. Like, I was kind of kidding at the time. I'm like, well, how do you even know if that's what they actually did or what they actually did? She doesn't even remember the results of it. They never told her anything. She didn't think anything of it. Was kind of what she told me. And I'm like, well, they didn't like share anything with you. You would think that they would because I was your child. They didn't give you the results. They didn't tell you anything. Like, no. All
Yeah,
right, so how do you know what they did?
my PTSD is
Like,
like on crazy fire tonight because it's like it's going through like my head. It's just going nuts, and that's because like my head is fucked up, but it's just like PTSD. It comes back like in movies. So it's like kind of like reliving the same fucking scene of the movie, and you're like, fuck.
I
It's like you
it's
gotta see
tough.
the movie again. It's like I don't want to watch that movie. The movie sucks.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's
yeah.
tough.
So it's like I gotta fucking read that. I haven't even had a chance to. Like, see, I don't be following up on my phone or anything like that. Like people, like if I get a text or something, sometimes I don't read it for like a few days because I don't be on my phone like that. The only time I be on my phone is when I play my games, and sometimes I ignore the like. I don't like deal with the messages because if my energy doesn't feel good, I'm not gonna be like on it. Oh, shit. I wish my energy was much better, and but it's all this shit that's going on.
Yeah,
Many things
I'm
going on, and
actually getting some Reiki done on me.
too many distractions going on, and then other things that are supposedly talked about, it's not being talked about. That's nuts, and they could have warned us, but they decided to keep us fucking like in the quiet and not tell people. Kind of fucked up. Yeah, yeah. Government.
Yeah, because their priority, I mean, when you're talking about big
Yeah.
events,
Nah, it's
their
just
priority is making sure that they can have a semblance of a government after said event. So
no. It's just they
their
control
thing
themselves.
is survival of them. So they don't really. their last thought is
Not
to
us. Not us, the people. No. No.
no, yeah, it's they need enough
Good luck.
people. They need enough people so that they can continue in all facets of society, like doctors and genealogists and all these different tops of the field, so to speak. They need all those people, and they need a general population to kind of procreate more people. But that's about it. And everyone else is supposed to just fend for themselves, and they'll tell us last minute because they know, like, once they let out, what's going to happen is going to be catastrophe because everyone's going to start freaking out because they told a short notice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can implement, martial law.
Imagine no control in a time of chaos, pretty much. Everything's out of control. You imagine the world like that? There's people that will survive it, but they're the ones that they don't talk to. Those are the ones, the islanders and stuff. Like they don't communicate with them and they don't get near it. Like they try to keep it as preserved as possible. But
Mm-hmm.
I remember when the humans started going to the island, they would eat them. They would eat people. They would kill them and eat them. And because they were carnivores also. But like they took these Indians out from their territory and took them to the inland. And those like there was like three of them. They didn't make it. They end up passing away.
Mm-hmm.
As I guess because the way like the setup here, like it kind of was toxic for them, and they ended up passing away.
Yeah, because you have to think it's quite literally a whole different ecosystem. Like if you think of it, like an islander that's a very isolated community and environment is a whole lot different than a city civilization.
Mm-hmm.
So introducing one to the other can be detrimental, not only psychologically, but also biology. Like they would get introduced to different how do I put it? Like different viruses and bacteria that people in a city environment would have been immune to because they've been introduced to it their whole life. But someone on an isolated ecosystem has never been introduced to it. It could be fatal to them. And to this day, when you have isolated pockets of society or tribes, if you're going to go visit them, you do have to get like a medical examination and immunization, not for yourself. It's so that you won't get these people sick because they've never been introduced to stuff that you have.
Yeah.
So you might be immune to it now, but you're still a carrier of it. So if you get introduced to someone who isn't immune to it,
Wipe out
then you
everybody.
can pass that along.
And that's nuts. And we live on a rock, the same rock everybody has their feet on. Well, we're on a rock. And how weird different areas around this rock, how it's just weird. It's like for me, I find it weird because like my mind starts opening up, and like everybody here are a bunch of hitchhikers. That's what it is. We're stuck on this planet, like a bunch of hitchhikers. And like I see people from Japan, people from like China, Russia, like India, like Iran, like everywhere from the Middle East, all those areas, Egypt, Saudi Arabia. Those are ancient towns, ancient times, areas, and like I wonder how and why did they lose so much control? because like I feel like the United States, yeah, they ran their course and we're supposedly the strongest of them all. Then I started thinking, damn, what happened to the Romans? What happened to, what happened to that strength and courage and, you know, for that real freedom? Here is not a freedom. You gotta pay fucking bills to survive. That's not free.
Mm.
That's not called freedom. That's called you need to be a slave in order to get paid to pay off your debts so you can continue to live. That's not freedom. That's being a hamster inside a cage. Man, I feel like we're the hamsters inside the cage.
You have more and more people waking up to it.
No, they need
More and
to.
more people that don't want to be involved in that.
It just gets tiring after, like people need to wake up. It's like
That's what I'm
you
saying.
common
People
sense.
are waking up to that.
Use your mind over matter. My show is my mind over your matter, but it is mind over matter. And you're in charge of your destiny and how you want your life to be. It's your path. you know your path crossed my path, Yesika. So that's why it's
Yeah.
like we're talking, and it's like because our paths have crossed, and it's like we're in the same, like, on the path. She's like right there, and I'm like, hey, what's up, girl?
Yeah.
But yeah, and everything happens for a reason. So it's like that's how I live life right now, and how I live since I died and came back. um it's that, like, I don't know. I feel like I need confirmation and stuff, and like I need to witness something. And it's like I can't catch a break getting better. It's like I take a step forward and 10 steps back. Like holy shit, Paula Abdul, you fucked up. You fucked up. I fucked up the song. I was supposed to go the 10 steps forward and then maybe one back. Nope. I took one forward and 10 back. I'm like, motherfucker. But it's all right. I take that journey like Lord of the Rings, right? I just keep going through that journey and, you
That's
know, try to see what
kind of
happened.
what I've gathered is that's what this life is a journey.
Yeah, it's definitely a journey. It's like who you touch is like, it's kind of like a connection.
Yeah.
It's like that's what they fucked up. Oh, the spirits are talking. Like I can hear them. They're telling me to say that. Like
What? That's where they
because
fucked up?
it wasn't like that. Like like this stuff we have, we weren't supposed to have this. Like we're overpopulated, and it's not good for this planet. A lot of people doing bad things behind your backs, and you don't even see it because they don't televise it. They want you to follow a narrative, follow their
Mm-hmm.
story. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like
They want you to see this
it's the book.
reality
It's
as
they have to tell.
one specific perspective,
Mm-hmm.
while denying the fact that there's any other way to see it.
It's a
And it's a
fucking trap.
completely false story.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Oh
And
God.
it's like, and the thing is that the system is so fucked up that they have to redo the system. But in order to do that, this people have to be sacrificed. I call it sacrifice because when you have a mass, like a lot of people dead, then it's like more of a sacrifice, and it sucks. And it's just for what reason I have no freaking clue, because we're not
Well,
supposed to
if
be like that.
your answer is right in the story, you said in order for them to keep the narrative going, they have to do this sacrifice
That's
in
crazy.
order to keep it going. It's not a necessity for
No,
that for that sacrifice to happen. it's for their own purpose to keep this narrative going, to keep hold of that control.
That's nuts.
It is not.
That's nuts. I'm like, oh, makes my teeth hurt. Yeah, well, that's why I say like all these Indians that got pretty much massacred from this like part of the world is so wrong. Oh man, I wish
Oh
everyone
yeah.
like a time warp and go back and just be a witness to the massacre, the plague, the plague
Well,
alone.
in that aspect, you have their descendants now. That's what they are. They're witnesses. Because
Hmm.
if that, you know, didn't happen, they wouldn't be here
I
where
want
they
to
are
talk about
now.
Descendants because that's the movie I want to see.
What descendants?
That's yeah, because that kid passed away, Cameron Boyce, and he's been coming in my head, and he's been talking to me a lot, and
Ah, that movie. I was thinking about it differently.
he had me watch this like his first movie. I've never seen like but this kid's been like really on my head. And I'm like, why is he talking so much to me? Like this kid is talking a lot. And he's like trying to get attention, I guess. But it's not bad attention. It's just like he's so lost. And it's like it's sad. But like the third movie is supposed to come out. I think they pushed it back because it was supposed to be the 22nd, but I think they moved it to August 2nd. So I guess it's like we got more time, I guess, to you know. I guess I don't know. This kid, he was a good kid though. So it's like those are the ones that really try to reach out to me too, because they try to tell me things and then like to relay. But his like image and him talking keeps like talking a lot on my mind. It's not a bad kid.
Mm.
He's still a kid. 20 years old. He's a kid.
Yeah, that's
He's a
okay.
jit. I call little jits. It's like you're not a kid, right? Because you kid, you go to about 18, right? And then you get in your once you hit 20, I call you a little jit. You're not a man yet. Should until you're like 25, 26.
Mhm.
Then the man starts coming out. But all these little jits from 18 to 24, I mean, good luck. There's just a lot of horny motherfuckers. That's how it is. That's
And
like
it's
corn
the
dog.
way that the system is set up. I
Yeah,
mean,
corn dogs. I'm like, holy shit. Like, that's what technology is so bad. Like, I feel like there's too many people and that we're supposed to be too many people here. The vibration is a little bit too high. And that's talking, moving around, stuff like that, that put pressure on to the rock. And it makes things happen, you know. But then they're messing with the ionosphere again. I feel it. I feel the pulse of energy, like it runs through my body, like I can feel it, like in my arms. It's just it's kind of like a static feeling. Like they're doing something. I guess they're trying to. I don't know if this is one of their last like shit for defense. Because like you can charge up that atmosphere to a point that you can blow up like a meteor or like a small asteroid by just hyping up the ionosphere to the max, and that signal and vibration will break whatever that's probably kind of how they're trying to like protect us from something from happening. um it's probable. It's probably what they're thinking, and If I have the military come knock on my door, then I'm sorry. Shit. No, but I feel like it's part of like something in my head says Project Bluebeam.
Mm.
Something said it real loud in my head. Project Bluebeam. It's like it's all part of it, you know. And the biggest energy, it's not love, it's fear. And if
Right.
you get people to fear,
That's the state that they want us in.
yeah, if you get people to fear, you know that energy that push. I could feel it. You know, when the housing crisis happened, you don't think I didn't feel that? Holy shit, that was like a roller coaster ride for me. You know, and I see another one of those happening. You know, and hopefully it's not crazy because these banks, man. I don't even want to start. These banks are a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
rip-offs. Rip-offs. Like they would
Yeah.
suck you dry. I'll even call out my bank. I'm like, y'all nuts. That's for sure. you know, still waiting on my disability stuff to get through. So, but my bank just wants to start acting crazy. But everything happens for a reason, and you choose your path or whatever that's set out for you. You'll know. And like for me, it's like, oh man, every day is a new day. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is a new day. It's like waking up like Groundhog's Day, the movie Groundhog's Day, for me. And it's kind of like a replay, but then I start getting more information all as I go, and I see things before it happens, which is pretty really cool. And I could avoid things like if something like warns me, I know it's like I have a walking like I'm a walking sensor, you know, and I feel things like I see people, and then I could feel the energy and know what they're about, what and like what they're like, pretty much whatever you want to know. And all I need is a picture. Or if I'm running, if I walk by the person, I already know, like I can like profile them, what type of person they are, and everything, and just do a complete profile. That's like people like me. It's like they will use me for like airports, like uh, just looking at people and reading people's body language, and you can tell who's what and what's what. It's like kind of like a dog sniffing a bag, like that.
Uh-huh.
They are smart. They are smart. They're smart. But yeah, I'm a good judge character. So like, if I have to go back to the military, I'd be like, all right, I just let me do airport security.
No.
If it gets that bad,
And that's not really the military, it's CSA.
yeah, I know, but it's still you'll go in there because once the federal gets into it, then it's like they override state and local governments. It's like it's like override. You know, who knows? There
Well,
might be something.
CSA is the federal
I just
agency,
see
but I don't
something.
think
That's
it's
the
a branch
shit.
of the military.
No, but I see something like military wise in airports soon.
Well,
Like
yeah, they have their own airport.
I don't know where, but I'm seeing it. Like something's gonna happen by airport or something at airport, and it's gonna be like a little chaos, like a boom,
Mm.
I see it. I see a farmer's market too. Like they're right now, I feel like they're ring up. When you re up, like they're gonna have another wave of kind of like weird things happening. Like for the people in UK, be careful. You know, that's all I gotta say to them. Be careful. Don't trust don't trust the calmness right now. It's sad to think like that, but I just see something else happening. I see something else happening in UK. And you know, it was a little break, but you know, they're gonna try to come back with something. Like revenge or something. I don't know. But you don't want another of these like incidents, you know, with this guys walking in there with machine guns and killing everybody. You know, that's fucking nuts. People forgot about that. I'm like, y'all don't remember the fucking just like a few like years ago, this fucking person walked in the fucking place and just killed everybody. Like even Pure nightclub, the one in Orlando, the one that people got shot up. You know, it's like, you know, don't settle on quietness as peace, but it's like you have to be alert because you have to be like looking behind you at all times. It sucks. And that's what I like about where I live and how I am because I can pick up on people's energy and I can tell if they're good or bad. And I'm kind of like my own metal detector, like a people detector, you
Mm.
know, like a metal detector. Yeah, that's how I compare myself to because I can tell if like who's who, what's what, if there's a pedophile or any of that stuff. Like I can see it. I know. You know, I feel that energy. It's all energy. Yeah. I'm like, I've been talking about the military. Come pick me up. The motherfucker's gonna come knock on my door and they be like, "Rick," I'm like, "Oh fuck! I told you, take care of my cats, take care of my bills, take care of my health, and make sure I'm okay." And they're gonna use me as fucking Professor X and shit.
Mm.
they're gonna
No.
they're gonna put the cap in my head and be like, "All right, I have to see everything." Yeah.
No, Professor X was very adamant about not being part of the military and not giving away secrets to the government.
I don't know. With all that technology, it makes me wonder if that was funded by Black Ops.
It very well could have been.
Hmm. Because that's too tech. Like the technology is way too advanced, and I'm like, even in real life, it's like what we see is it's nothing that what everyone has. It's like they're not showing their cards. They're not showing their cards right now. This is a bluffing game. Like even with all the countries, Iran that's acting up, you know, Pakistan and Afghanistan, and all the stands are going on. Um, India with Pakistan, of course. That's these are like these are like ancient battles. Okay, these battles been going on for God knows when because this happened before him. That's how crazy these battles been. Okay, and to this day, there's no peace agreement between India and Pakistan. they're like they're ready to kill each other. All right, they're ready to pop off, and you're talking about nuclear states. It's like, and then Iran is acting crazy, you know, with their thing, and you know, Iran. I don't know. There's too much history in Iran. That's what it is, and they want to get in there and get all the information. Remember, I told you what's happening over here. Look over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, They want to get in there to see the history and get all the
Oh
information
yeah.
that they can.
And destroy the temples,
Ancient,
destroy all
yeah,
the
ancient history, ancient
ancient stuff.
information.
That's what they have been doing.
Yeah, and
Like
India's like,
I've heard people in the military actually attest to this.
mm-hmm. They're. Let me tell you, there's some high tech technology that
Well, I mean, if you go back into ancient texts, that's pretty much what they said, that it was going to be a war for control of a um, long distance, like it's like a space
but they
station.
but the thing,
That it's pretty much what it boils down to. It's like they want control of like a inner space station, somewhere where they can go like long distance space travel. There's a facility somewhere in that region, and there's going to be a war to try to get gain control of it.
hmm,
Not saying if it's true or not, but
the only
quite
thing,
possible.
like for me, because I'm looking at Iran, I'm looking at the U.S., and I'm looking at the surrounding countries and stuff. Because it's not gonna be, there's gonna be a world war. That's what it's pretty much gonna be.
Um,
Because um, Russia's gonna get involved. China's gonna, I don't know. There's been weird things going on right now. It's like playing chess. It's like playing cards. It's poker.
I mean, in that
Like showing
aspect,
your
can
hands.
we really say that the world war ever stopped to begin with?
No, I don't think the world war, like the second one, it really didn't stop.
I'm saying, but the first one, it
Yeah.
was like the first one, and then there was a little break, and then they declared the second one,
Hmm.
and then it was over. But was it really?
I mean, it's like it's continuation. It's kind of like a break time. So it's like kind of like
That's what I'm saying. It's like it was like a little break between the first and the second World War, and now it's just because they all played nice now because they realized that if they had like a complete world war that was active, quote unquote, that's when more people were resistant to it. So we'll just say it ended, but it really didn't.
but we
You
both
know?
funded both sides of the war. But yeah, oh man,
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's because if you look into the financials, because you always got to follow the money. The banks were funding both sides of the war
hmm,
in almost all the wars that's been documented.
with profits.
Yeah, with interest,
Yep.
and
Oh,
that's the thing. So, like, all of these countries are now indebted to this World Bank and all of the financial backers that are pretty much all in cahoots with each other. That's why people joke around and say, like, we're $1 trillion in debt. Well, who do we owe this money to? That's who we owe the money to.
what makes me like think right now is that the United States is, it's okay. There's the United States and then there's the federal United States. Okay. Right now, this country is being run by the federal United States.
It's the United States, and then there's the corporation
Yeah.
of the
So
United
the
States.
federal is what's running this country. That they're the money. That's where the money comes from. That's federal. Um, they're the ones that control everything. They control outcomes. Just by raising a half a point.
Mm-hmm.
They could change the world by a point. But they're so stingent and they're holding everything. And the federal, it's like if they're gonna raid like Area 51, well, they should go raid the fucking federal government over the fucking where they keep the money. Make sure that we do have.
No, see me, I'm more of the type like, oh, how about we like read the
see
Library of Congress?
see if the gold that we
You know,
truly have is there. How about that? Fuck the aliens. That's old
you
news.
know it's not there.
I want to make sure that we still have our gold
Our
because right
money is
now
not backed by gold anymore.
yeah, our currency is not backed by gold. we have the it's banked by shit. That's what it means. It's like you should look at this like no, it's yeah, well, it's like IOU type of shit.
Like,
That's what it turns
how
into.
about we raid the Library of Congress? Or how about we go raid the Smithsonian?
The Vatican. I start laughing.
Yeah,
The
that's
Vatican. You know how much
a
those
whole
have?
that's a whole nother ball game.
Oh, you
Okay.
now
Let's
there
start let's
they will
start with
put
the
a million.
Smithsonian first because
Yeah.
they've been like collecting all of like the Native American
Let me tell you.
artifacts in America for quite a long time. So I'm thinking like in their archives gotta be some really good shit and some shit that'll probably, you know, change
Yeah.
the world, our perspective on our country a whole hell of a lot. You
The
know.
if there it's like oh man, that place is evil.
What, the Smithsonian?
No, the
Oh, the
Vatican.
Vatican?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean there's been
That's why I
saying
said it's a whole nother ball game. You
yeah,
talking about
you
that?
if you talking about the
Because
Vatican,
they're their own country.
they're their
Like,
own yeah, that they're not even part of the world, supposedly. They're just here, supposedly. I'm like, who the fuck talks like that? Like, are you crazy?
aliens.
Like, you motherfuckers, like, they acting like they just landing here and shit, and they like they're the mobsters,
mm,
and it's like it's so it's like uh uh it's
yeah,
it's
pretty
just
much sums it up.
the
What they
world.
just did pretty much
Whatever
sums it
happens,
up.
whatever happens to the world, let it happen. That's all. No, live your life to the fullest. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time. We're not here forever. Like, who knows how long I have? I probably don't have much. And maybe I'll go chill with Cameron Boyce. That'd be cool. And
Mm,
poor thing. And it's just as I'm still here, I still want to produce at least a show and record it and then upload it so people could watch. It's just me talking about things, my mind over your matter. That's the name of the show. It doesn't say psychic, best in the world, like lick my balls. Like no, it doesn't say that. It's just
mm,
my mind over your matter. Yes, psychic. I do like my empath, like my medium work. Like I feel the way I feel things and stuff is like it's kind of like on steroids, and it's pretty cool. It's like it's cool, but the way I got it is kind of like I don't think anybody wanted to go through that. I don't think so. But yeah, anybody want to talk to me, they could talk with me, and then I could upload the video. You're more than welcome. Just gotta leave me your information, I guess, in the comments below, and that way, if you want to be on the Zoom show, it's like a private recording show. It's pretty cool, and it gets uploaded. And if you want to be a part of, a one-on-one conversation, you're more than welcome to download Zoom at zoom.us. And once you have that downloaded, you're gonna have to add my email or leave me your email in the comments below, and then I can add you from my side, and then we can do a show. And that sounds like fun. There's no distractions. There's no chat room because it's like I don't want to be distracted when I'm doing a show. I feel bad. Yeah, I'm sorry for those. If you want to chat or whatever, leave a comment. And but yeah, I still haven't learned how to do that premiere shit. That's how bad I've been feeling. Like I don't. This is like a miracle that I'm up sitting. um, but I need to learn how to premiere whatever the video. Still have not learned that yet. I'm learning the transferring part, so I'm getting a hang of it. Me with technology, I'm not a big fan of it. Like for me, I just find it like more of a communication device than me trying to like put my information too much out there. I just enough is with the show. And I feel like these devices are just like they're just diaries. And any word or anything that you type and then you delete it, it doesn't get deleted off the system. You know that, right? It stays on the system. So if you said, "Oh, I'm gonna kill yourself," and then you deleted it, it's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do with myself." Well, what you said about killing yourself, that still gets documented. Everything that's said, they came on the show, everything is all documented. That's the total control that they want. And they have it by our devices. And that's what distracting us from nature and taking care of the planet and doing more for the planet. No, they're distracting you with these fucking devices, your cell phone, television, your Xbox One, your PlayStation 4s. All this stuff is all distractions. And people are not like, they don't go to a park anymore. Like, they don't go on nature walks. Like, it's very rare that you hear people do that. And some they do, and that's awesome. They got to
Mhm.
continue doing it. But there's a lot of people that don't. They say they want to, but in reality, they don't. They don't do it. And you have to start dropping these devices sometimes because they're very addictive. They are. It's worse than crack.
Mm.
I swear to God, it's worse than crack. I mean, am I lying? Like that phone, like, can you like not know where it's at for 10 minutes without panicking where
Yeah.
it's at? It's like there's some people that can't. They're like they freak out.
No, I
Like
know.
like where
Yeah.
the fuck is my phone? I'm like, well, where you fucking left it at?
Mhm.
It's like,
Mhm.
what are you telling me? But it's like some houses are like that, these days. And for me, I just feel like it's just a weird magical device. Like Merlin would be fucking like rolling over.
Merlin would probably be smashing it with a hammer.
Hell yeah, he'd be like this wicked device, hitting with the staff.
Mhm.
Everyone had to destroy it.
Which I know it's like oddly satisfying watching videos like that where like you find them more where parents are just like destroying their child's electronics.
Hmm.
I find that oddly satisfying, just seeing people just smash technology. So
Yeah, I seen some of those
satisfying to me.
videos like that where the parents smash the kids thing. I was like, man, that's kind of heartless, though. I wouldn't do that because that's kind of traumatizing.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about what you're just talking about,
Yeah,
it's almost where I can kind of see it is they get to the point where they notice that their kids like addicted to
I mean,
it
if you could
and they're
tell,
so entranced in it that they don't even because I've noticed it with kids. Like
yeah,
sometimes they'll be watching TV and I'll be talking to them and they don't even hear me because they're just so hypnotized by it. And sometimes I do want to just go up and like smash it.
yeah, the video game systems. That's like I said, that's an attention hog. That's a system to keep like people stuck in place so they can monitor the others, and they're still monitoring you from home because all those devices are hooked up and they're all recorded. Anything you say or do on those devices are recorded. Everything. So, and they do have because
Not unless you know what you're doing and just break into the device and take out the microphone and the camera, then they can't do shit.
yeah, and the thing is that if you mess with the system, whatever, then your warranty is invalid, and it's like A lot of people that buy these systems, they'll buy like a 5-year plan on it, so it's protected. But in order to keep that protection, you can like manipulate the system. Of course, listen to that. Manipulate the system.
Mhm.
They don't want you to manipulate it. So it's like same thing as real life. But all they're doing is manipulating us.
Mhm. That's why they don't want you to go into and mess with it because they want to be able to keep doing that.
Yeah. Like if your cell phone's messed up, you take it in and they freaking they send yours to get fixed, but then they'll give you another phone. So
Mhm.
all of that information, yeah, you said you deleted it, right? In reality, that's just not deleted. No,
So that's why I deleted myself.
that thing is hardwired in.
No,
Everything
there's
hardwired.
ways to do it.
It's already in the cloud. By the time you destroy or you get rid of the phone or whatever, all that information is already on the cloud. That's why like these companies are investing big money on the cloud. Like I'm making clouds here, you see? How I said cloud, it just got really like smoky. This is my white sage. Round two of rounds of my sage. Um yeah, it's to the point that it's getting like a little ridiculous, you know. And whose fault is that? Because I think they want us to be
Mm.
like that.
Mm.
It's like it's not right. See, this technology, all this stuff, like it's too short of a time frame. Okay, like the technology, how like from the 80s to now, that's about what 40 years. Because me, I'm 39 now. Next year I'll be 40. I was born January 21st, which makes me a master number 22. Um, yeah, we're here to be witnesses to something. I don't know what, but we're here to be witnesses. Because the time frame between the 80s to now, they say 40 years, you see the gap and how we're that time till now. Let me tell you, that's a big jump, really big jump in 40 years. So that's advanced, and that's only what they want us to believe and have, because they have other shit that's much better. Like it's like so fucking nuts, but they don't put it out for us because we're not the ones to have it. We're just the slaves. And you gotta work, and then you have to pay your bills, and then maybe you can have a television or something, but it's gonna make it hard for you because we're gonna raise the gas prices up, and then we're gonna raise up the food prices, and then you're gonna start choking yourself because you can't afford it. You know, it's a lot. Uh, the system's fucked up too. I mean, the court system and everything is just it's like
Oh yeah.
it's such a mess up. It's like it's yeah. I just shake my head because it's just so uh, and the thing that there's too many people now. Imagine there's too many people. Because then back in the days, it wasn't like this. They had this type of people that were here were Indians, and there were a lot of them here. A lot of Indians lived in this land, and they traveled up the Canadian, mountains, and also down to Mexico. There, that's all part of Indians, and
And in the Caribbeans as well.
Yeah, all those were Indians. Yeah, all the Caribbean islands, all that was all Indians. Like the trading post was Puerto Rico, where they used to trade
Hmm.
goods and and stuff. That was a trading post. Like people should go and watch history for a chance, to learn these things. Because for me, it was like it's pretty cool just learning the heritage and learning the past and what happened, you know, because those are things that happen. That's like Jesus' book, same shit, you know. That's what happened to him. Okay, that's what happened to Christopher Columbus, piece whatever, and the plagues that they brought on the Indians and killed everybody. So okay, and then they raped this land, they took it away, and pushed them all the way out. And
Well, they didn't kill everybody.
no,
And they didn't kill everybody that way.
no, no, but they pushed them out. There
Oh,
was
they did definitely tried.
Yeah, there was a lot of Indians though. There was so many, man. There's so
Hmm.
like the post, like where they used to trade the goods and stuff. Oh man, that place was so big and beautiful. Like I could see it. And it's
I
like
imagine.
it was really nice. And it was a nice trading post for goods. And but yeah, this land has a lot of blood on it. That's all I can really say. This land has a lot of blood on it. Sucks. But we're here now, so we have to witness something. I don't know what I have to witness. I'm like everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, what should we witness?" I'm like, I don't know. There's something you have to witness because we're here and this is our time. You know, were we here in a different lifetime? I don't really know because I don't remember so much my past life. Man, I could be opened up though. Give me a couple ayahuasca and I'll be like, I'll teleport to everything.
Oh, don't even get me started with that.
I'd be like, holy moly, that would be a great birthday thing to do also, Yesika.
Yeah.
I'd be like, let's just go do ayahuasca. Oh shit, for real? It's like hell yeah. Like, let's go do that. But mine has to be like I have to be monitored. Cause
Well, the proper ceremony, you are monitored.
yeah. And like they have to control
That's
whatever.
why they have to do it. That's why I say the proper way, because
Yeah.
you are delving into the spirit realm, or you're going beyond certain veils, and especially if it's your first time, you need someone who's experienced and well traversed in that, beyond that,
I you
kind of
know I
monitor
gotta,
and make sure that nothing happens to you.
yeah, I gotta look into that because I always want to look into it. And I had someone that I knew was when I was in the hospital for that whole year of 2013. Um, a nurse of mine, he had went and he did the ayahuasca, and he told me,
Mm-hmm.
man, it was just a whole like a whole different dimension. It was like so like opening, and
Yeah, it opens you up to other frequencies, other dimensions that
I may be
why I'm
afraid to
saying
do it
veil,
then
kind of lifting the veil.
because my mind is so open that like I can imagine being on ayahuasca and what I do and what I'm capable to see what I see and document it. It has to be
I just
documented. So
definitely.
it's like video documentation. I would definitely need a cameraman. I have my camera. I just need the man, because I got my gear, and I would like to get documented. And even you too, like if you do it, to have a video documentation and document everything. So in case you do go like hug me a tree and stuff like that, then it gets
Yeah,
documented.
I mean, then again, you're not completely here, so you're only going to be recording the physical aspect of it.
Yeah, so that way you have a cameraman and like like I would like to see the experience, like experiencing it and then also viewing it. Because a lot of time people
Mm,
go through these experiences, but they don't view themselves, seeing themselves doing it. I can do that. Other people can. But how in touch are you with yourself? That's the question. Um, like for me, like it's just natural. It's just for me, since everything I've been through, it's like it'll be so cool to do the ayahuasca, to be honest with you.
I've we've talked about this plenty of times. I've always felt like that was something I needed to do.
I need to do that. I need to do that. I'll probably do it next year. I don't know if I'll do it for my B day, but I'll definitely do it sometime next year. It would have to
To
be
kind of put it on the back burner, so to
not
speak.
really. You can put it like
No, I have.
not on the big side. You can put it on the little burner. You know, on the stove they have the little
Yeah,
the big one on
I
the
hear
burner.
you.
So
Yeah, which is I guess
on the
kind of what I did.
yeah, the little
Because I
burner.
know how I would want to go about it. Um,
I had to research the place.
it's not time yet. Is kind of where I'm at now
Yeah,
and where I've been for a little while. Like it's not time yet, and it's kind of just put off to the side. And it's like I'll know when. It's okay. I'm
so
not trying to rush it. I'm not trying to force it to happen. It's just
no,
I'm
me neither.
open to it happening, and I'm just gonna let it
That's
present itself
that's like mushrooms. Like I've never done mushrooms
exactly as
and shrooms.
same here.
I've never done it, but people tell me it's like a psychedelic effect. I like
Mhm.
do that psychedelic thing just like being late with my medicine. I'm like how psychedelic is it? It's like no, it's a trip. It's like it's kind of like it makes you feel this way, I guess. And I'm like,
Yeah, because you're not talking about pharmaceutical psychedelics. You're talking about natural psychedelics.
yeah, so
Mushrooms, ayahuasca, peyote, all of those things are natural organic plants. So it's literally a psychedelic that comes from mama.
mhm,
So you're tapping into nature, so to speak.
yeah. Yeah, but that would be so like okay, I may do that for my birthday. Maybe do the mushrooms, do the shrooms. You see, I'm really thinking. Hopefully, everything goes well. That I could go in January. And like Colorado in January, it is cold, but it'd be so cool because we'll go and get medicine, and then we stay in a resort that's medicine resort. You know,
Mm-hmm.
420 friendly resort. I haven't looked into too much into it. I did look into it, but I haven't like put full detail into it, like put full work into it. But the 420 resort, like I want to stay at a really good 420 resort. Like like when I get there, I want a joint already rolled up at the check-in, so I could have a free joint and smoke it while I'm checking in. That would be badass. That would be like wow, that's awesome. And then you go with your medicine, and I make sure if I'm going out there, I make sure to buy myself at least an ounce. That would last me good. And sharing is caring too. So if they are medicating, then if they it's up to them. Hey, I'm medicating. and have a nice like a like a mineral bath, like one of these hot spring baths, you know.
That would be nice.
Oh, and they have a massage while you're in the hot springs. Oh, yeah, that would be so freaking like priceless. That'd be like high five. Hell yeah, I'll document it too. I feel like I'll document everything. Everything we document. I have a cameraman. Like you don't talk. You just record. That's your job. Oh man, maybe that massage will help my neck and my shoulders too, and then my back. It's
Mm,
like my whole body, my stomach. Man, I hope my stomach comes out okay, man. I gotta see the surgeon on Thursday.
I hope
Next
so too, Rick.
next Thursday, the 30th. I gotta see the surgeon. I'm like, oh, please. She's gonna ask me if my stomach's been hurting. It hasn't been hurting, but it doesn't mean much because I'm not falling for this trap. It's kind of like a trap. I'm not falling for the stomach because I know it has some issues, and the medication does mask a lot of those issues. So I will, like I hope she could postpone my surgery for a later time. Eventually, I'm gonna have to have surgery. You know, I was lucky that the last day that I was there for a week, like what was it, 3 weeks ago? I was in there for a whole week. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky that they didn't operate me because that it was this close. They were like little close that they were gonna operate me. Like the surgical team met with me 5 times, 5 times, and the doctor was like, "I want to give him a chance, see if he could correct himself." And that's when they put the NG tube. When I had the NG tube in me, and they was just pumping. Like when they put that tube in me, I started throwing up. As she was putting it in, I'm throwing up. It was so disgusting. It was like Exorcist, like for real. It was like the Exorcist. It was green, like coming out of me. Like literally, it was green. I don't understand why the fuck it was green. Um, and then they were just pumping my stomach out, and man, I was filling up those containers. Oof, I was filling them up. I was like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, damn, all this was in my stomach. Like
Right?
that's a
They
lot.
weren't pumping anything into you?
No, they were taking out. Well, the only thing they
Oh,
had
wow.
on me was on my IV. Like they would like I had an IV all the time. Like when it was empty, they put a new bag. When it came close to being empty, they put a new bag. Like I was being IV'd the whole time I was there to stay hydrated because I wasn't eating because I was pumping out my stomach.
Nice.
So the bowel obstruction corrected itself. And that's because I have scar tissue, a lot of scar tissue from all the surgeries I've had in my stomach that is causing issues. So right now, my doctor just bought me some time with like pumping out my stomach. Eventually, they're gonna have to do it again, pump out my stomach again, and then they're gonna have to go in there and have surgery, which is kind of effed up because the NG tube is the worst pain you could. It's like getting shot in the face,
Mm.
and a lot of people that have survived a shot in the face will know the pain that I'm talking about. It's that pressure pain that you think your brain is gonna explode, like that pain that is just ooh, ooh, and they're just pushing that tube in, and then you throwing up at the same time. Oh man, I was like the exorcist in there. I was like, I was waiting for the exorcism to start. It was like I'm here spitting out green shit and like throwing up, and but yeah, when I was in there, they pumped everything out, so it corrected itself. Did that 5 hour test. It's like X-ray. They X-rayed me every 25 minutes for 5 hours. Imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to be there in the hallway every 25 minutes. They pull me in. They like, cause I was in the gurney. I couldn't like transport from. I couldn't sit on a wheelchair. That's how bad my stomach was. I had to stay laying down. So we did the tests. I would contrast because they've had to flush. They went through the NG tube too. She pushed the their fluid, their to do the contrast. That's like the contrast fluid into me, and man, it was like the pictures they did every 25 minutes. I wonder how it looks, because they don't show you that. That's what's messed up about hospitals. This is my pretty much like they do all these imaging, right? But they don't show it to you. Why do they not show it to you? Like I did a 5-hour test with all these images. Can I get a copy of all those images?
You should be able to.
Like, do I have to go to medical records and do that? Because, like, when I was my problem is when I was there, it wasn't being shown to me. So it's kind of like secretive. You don't know what's going on. They like don't tell you anything or show you anything. Because when I left, I didn't know or see any of those images. Or when I
Mm-hmm.
got there, I didn't see any of the images. They don't show you the image. Like, why they do not do that? It's your body, right? But you like 100% people that go to the hospital do not see their image. You get an MRI done, you would like to see the image. They don't show it to
You
you.
have to ask for a
Yeah.
copy.
But the thing is, my problem is if you're taking my image now and you'd be able to see it now, how come I can't see it now?
Mm.
Why you have to see it and then I have to come back months and later and then try to get a copy of what you saw when I was there with you that you could have just shown me too. Like there should be a screen that shows me like this is your insides. Like you gotta, and that's why I don't trust hospitals and stuff because they're secretive with shit like that. Like if I'm gonna take an image, can I say, if you're gonna take an X-ray of me, I need to see it. Like the same time you see it, I have to see it too. You know, they don't do that, and they're there looking at it and doing all these things with the MRIs and the CT scans. But do you ever get the imaging of it? Because when I was in ICU, they scanned me 3 times for brainwaves. Did I ever get to see what my brain looked like? No. Did I get any of those images? No. I have my medical records, but did they give me those images? No. So it's like, why is the hospitals like so secretive? Like, why they hold information so much?
Mm.
Like when they take blood from you, do they come and tell you your whole results of your blood? Never. They just take it from you. You get those results later on, but when they get them right there. They know what's up. When that blood hits the lab and they do the lab work on it, they already know what's up. So how come they know what's up? They can't tell me what's up. It's my fucking blood. You took it. Well, come back and give me the report on it.
Yeah.
Did you
We've had
find
a
any?
many arguments with
Like, did you find the blood? Did you
nurses.
find anything in the blood? Like, can we talk about my blood? Because you've been taking it out every day for the 6 days. Like, what the fuck? So well, in those days, how come I didn't get a report of how my blood was? They didn't tell me nothing. Will they tell patients? No. Yeah, you get it later. It's like it's fucked up. The system's fucked up. Fucking hospitals. You know, they could be good and they could be son of a bitch. I used to work in one. I know. It's just very secretive, and that's not good. There's no transparency between patient and
Mm.
actors. I call them actors because they're all actors.
Hmm.
They have to portray this role that they're playing. That's their job. You know, they did go to school for it, so they got a paper saying that they can do that job. And it's like they're just people. People pretty much trying to help people, but they're not so helpful because they're not transparent.
Mhm.
They give you the nice treatment, but when they're doing the nice treatment, you should tell them, I want every result as they get it. I want the same results. Will they do it? I don't know. That's a good thing to do. If you ever go to back to the hospital, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm like, I want results on my blood. As soon as those results are
Yeah.
ready,
Conversation.
I want those results. Because they don't tell you shit. If you don't say nothing, you like you're invisible. Like you don't know what the hell's going on. Oh yeah, we gotta operate you and this and that. What? Why? They didn't show you why. They just operate on you. You know, like when they butchered me in 2013, like my stomach got like, man, I had like two major infections. Like they had to reopen me up. That shit was so disgusting too. Oh, it was so painful because they had to take out all the staples one by one, strap you down to the bed, all these people holding you down, like literally like the Exorcist type of shit, and they're pulling these fucking staples out of your stomach. Imagine having a C-section, and right after they
Uh.
those staples that you have inside you at that time, they come and that's like right after you gave birth. We got to take off those staples. We can't give you medicine for pain, and we don't have time to rush you to surgery. They have to open you up here in the room. Hmm. Yeah,
I
that.
can't imagine.
Hmm. I have video at one portion because there was blood all over. Like there's video somewhere. So one of my memory cards, um, somewhere that video is it's somewhere, and man, you guys don't want to go through that. Trust me, you don't want to like live a day of my life. Hell no, you do not want to. And if you did, be prepared because it's a lot of pain, a lot of pain, and yeah, in all phases, it's crazy. It's a crazy story. And I say my story would be so interesting that shit, Jesus did his Bible. Let me do mine. I ain't no Jesus. I'm just Rick. That's it. My story, my log, my life, my minority matter. Let's see. My neck is killing me. I do not know why. Ah, you funny girl. I just saw that too. Yeah, I'm gonna go in myself because I'm getting tired. I need to lay down.
Yeah.
My back is like done.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have been sitting for a while.
Yeah, it's killing me. I'm trying to stay still so I don't be hurting so much, but then I move around, I start hurting. I'm like, oh man. uh, but yeah, it's just my story. It's like It's more interesting than freaking that Jesus dude story. His story's
Well, I
too,
think everyone's story is
yeah,
interesting.
his
Their
story's
own
like cool.
aspect.
And we're here, so we have to make our own stories, and we have to be our own baby Jesus. Like we're here, so we got to take care of us now. We're here for a reason. I've been here for 39 years. I'm ready to like lay down, probably eat a bowl of cereal, and I'm going to bed. I'm gonna upload this video, so I hope everyone had a good time listening in. It's my mind over your matter. Yesika is the other one, the other voice on the other side.
Yeah.
And I'm wrapping this up. So with that,
Well, you have a good night.
thank you. You have a good night, and I will
Mhm.
talk to you soon.
Okay.
And everyone that's watching, um,
I wish
definitely,
you all a good night as well. Or
yeah,
day, whenever you're catching this.
yeah. So I'm gonna let Jessica, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna do my own little private thing,
Okay.
and then I'll talk to you later.
All right. Talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
Bye. All right. So that was Jessica. You got a little piece of my mind. She needs to go lay down, and she's been doing her stuff. And thank you, Jessica, for coming through. I appreciate that. Um, my PTSD is bad tonight because all the surgery talks and stuff is getting into my head. So I'm like visioning back into the surgeries and how many mistakes were done during that process that I should be talking to an attorney, to be honest, because they did massacre me in there, literally. Um, yeah, it's just nuts. Um, my pain is at a high level, like usual. Um, Starting that physical therapy, so it was a start for today. They work on my neck. They pulled my neck. They pushed down on my neck. My neck is fucking hurting right now. They did a whole examination on my neck, and I feel like I went through a fucking car wash without the car. Um, um, yeah, went through the therapy. It was there for about 2 hours actually. My appointment was at 2 o'clock. I didn't leave there until 4 o'clock. Nuts. Um, it's a lot that I gotta go through. A lot of doctor's appointments, a lot of like appointments, physical therapy. Tomorrow I actually gotta see the chiropractor, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna go see my trauma therapist. Tomorrow I gotta verify, see if I'm gonna be going to it. Um, it's I do need the trauma therapy though. I do need to go to it. So hopefully I get to go tomorrow to it. Then the weekend I'm off. Pretty much off. No doctor's appointments. Good. But I have appointment Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Actually, Thursday and Friday is double booked on appointments. Um it's man, yeah, it's a lot. I gotta do a lot. I'm not giving up. I'm staying strong. I'm going through the physical therapy. I don't know how many rounds of physical therapy I've had. I've lost count of how many, but I am a regular there, so everyone knows me there. It's kind of messed up that everyone knows me. And it's like I am always there because my doctors they constantly sending me for physical therapy. Every time I'm always getting time in physical therapy. So I just started my first cycle today of physical therapy. I got to do it for the next 6 weeks, 2 times a week, which is, you know, and then I have another appointments coming up for my back also because they're going to be working on my neck and my back, my lower back. And yeah, every day is going to be appointments. I'm definitely going to go to the park and see if I could take some pictures and show you guys the grass, because the grass, it's um it's brown. It's not really green. It's more brown, and it's like really dried. And I feel like the sun is like roasting the grass. And man, the grass looks, it's pretty bad. I'm actually gonna take some pictures. Um, take my camera out tomorrow and take some pictures, and I'll try to upload it and do a little video or something. Like I gotta learn how to do a lot of things. I just haven't been feeling good to be wanting to do things like that. So I'm gonna try to do it, and yeah, I'm not gonna give up. I'm still fighting. This champ doesn't give up. So I gotta go through what I gotta go through, but I'm gonna get through it. And if I don't, well, then I'm not here. So with that said, I want to wish everyone a good night for one. Two, thank you for watching and listening to me. And Yesika, thanks for staying to the end to listen to me. This is how shows are gonna be for pretty much now on. I like the non-distraction. You know, um, I like not having to read the chat room. Like, if you want to make a comment, then you can put that in the comments below under this video. You can see it for yourself. You just go down, it says comments, write your comment. Then I'll read it. And then if you want to do a show like this where you're on with me and we broadcast it, we'll put it up on YouTube. That's pretty cool, And I talk about anything and everything. It doesn't bother me. So if someone has topics they want to talk about and stuff and they're cool, let's do this. And, you know, it'll be fun, I guess. For me, I'm in pain. I'm trying to stay still. My neck, look at my shoulders, is like all the way where my neck is. It's like I'm done. I'm tired. Thank you for watching. Hey, listen, if you want to leave me something, I still got my PayPal. So don't forget, you could donate to my PayPal. The information is also in the details below. And yeah, help support me. I need some help, you know. And it's uh, it's gonna be something that I'm gradually gonna get to where I want to get to, and back to the live shows. I'm hoping that I could get my live shows in by September. I'm hoping for September. Um, but all depends on my health, and all depends on the finances and everything. And bills come first, and got to take care of the bills. And any donation does help me and my kitties. Kitties are going to be possibly getting their own channel. They'll probably inherit my old channel, and I'll make it about them, and put in a lot of pictures and videos and stuff. Maybe I could do a little fan club for the kitties, for Nala and Tasha. So look out for that. They're gonna have their own channel soon. I think it'd be pretty cool and pretty cute. So yeah, with that said, thank you again for watching. I appreciate you. You know I do. And it's my mind over your matter. Have a good one.